So okay, hello
Awesome.
everyone. I'm Xavier from Pado Labs. It's very excited to be here and present with the workshop. So I'm from Pado Labs, and first let me share with my screen, and I will just give some introduction about what Pado do and how you can leverage our technology, which we include the MPCTOS SDK and the data sharing SDK. And also I will do some quick demos to show how you can simply integrate with it. Yeah, let me share my screen here. Right. Can you see the slides?
Yep, we can see the slide.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, the title of the talk is about the cryptography. So basically, what Pado do is we're using some cryptography technology to build a decentralized computation network. So just imagine there's a lot of data issues like how we can handle the private data on chain, how we can solve the data silo issues within the different applications, or how we can bridge different data from Web 2 to Web 3. So I think this is all the problems we want to solve. And at Pado, we aim to build such kind of decentralized computation network, which we leverage several kind of technologies, which includes MPCTS, attestation, and also homomorphic encryption. So basically, within the network, there's a lot of roles like data provider who can contribute with his personal data. So no matter whether the data is from the internet, I mean, it's from different type of platform, which like private data from the social, the centralized exchanges, different healthcare platforms, or even banks. So they can just contribute their private data within to this network. And also there's some role called worker. The worker, which is running some decentralized network node, which carrying out some computation for different tasks. So all the tasks will be dispatched by the caller, who is want to leverage the network to help him with running some confidential computation. So the core task of this network is trying to run some homomorphic encryption computation, which can help the caller to handling with his requirements, which might need to dealing with different type of private data and also maybe kind of private functions. So the result will be some encrypted results, which can be again delivered to this caller and can be further decrypted by the caller. So I think this is a general picture of what Pado we do. So, but for this Buildathon, we aim to encourage different developers, whether you are from the social or from technology background, or you are a researcher, we all welcome to join our tracks. And the part we have two tracks here. The first one is about MPCTOS, and there's the second one is about data sharing. So the MPCTOS track mainly it can leverage the Pado's MPC TLS JS SDK, which can help you to retrieve different type of web data from different internet data sources. And there's a core feature of such technology is it can help you to make sure the data which is from the internet is correct. It's not any fake data or some kind of ultimate data. I mean, the data are really retrieved through the transport layer security protocol, and there will be some cryptography technology we call multi-party computation run on that protocol, and which there will be some, there will be a Pado attester network which can ensure that all the data which coming from the internet is correct, is authentic. So and there will be some other way to handle the data we call the proof or attestation. So if the data contains some user sensitive data, then the structure of the data will be follows the data minimization principle, which means there will be some kind of proof claiming, okay, your age is more than 18, which is not actually exposing how old you are. So in that case, we can make sure you can retrieve your data in a privacy preserving way. And we provide several functionalities within this SDK, which include you can attest your social impact, your social connections within Twitter, or you can and then the main part of the SDK is more about the centralized exchanges. So which means you can prove a lot of status, like your account status, how many tokens how many assets you have within your spot account, how much trading volume you did within the last 30 days within that account, or what type of tokens you have within that account. And these are some these features are supported in different centralized exchanges like Binance, like OKX. So I think this is more about how we want people to leverage the existing private data from internet, and they can further combine this data with different dApps on the blockchain. So this will be the first check we want to encourage builders to do. And the next one is about the data sharing. So it's called the FHE-based data sharing, and I will explain what FHE is. But in general, it's about you can simply share your private data on the blockchain. So the problem actually is just imagine you have some sensitive data, like a private image or some video or even some very valuable documents. And the traditional way is you can not send your private data on the blockchain, whether just put it in the contract storage or on some storage blockchain like IPFS or Arweave. I mean, it's about the sensitive data. So if you put it on the blockchain, then that's totally transparent. So the privacy will be broke. And if you just encrypt the data and you put the ciphertext into the storage, the blockchain storage, then it looks secure, but basically it loses the functionality. I mean, there's no way to handle with the ciphertext. However, with FHE, it's a fully homomorphic encryption. We have some lightweight solution which can enable you to just sharing the private data in the encrypted form to a third party if he either pay you with some data fee, or he just satisfies some condition, like he has been whitelisted in a contract. So in that case, he will be able to access the private data. And in the form that the private data will be transformed in a new ciphertext, which is encrypted by the third party's public key, and he can download that data and view that. So this is the general idea of the FHE-based data sharing. We build it as a Matter use case, which allows different parties to share their private data for each other. So some typical examples, like you can build that into a decentralized creator platform, or you can just want to use this solution to help you to protect your sensitive data. For example, you want to store some private key of the wallet, and definitely you can use that solution to make a shareholder way of custody of your private key. So yeah, and about the price, we in total we distribute like 10,000 USDT for both checks and 5,000 for each. So we will have take three ranks here, and also there will be a 500 USDT for each check. The amount will be allocated for the quadratic voting in the later bonus pool. So basically, we want to have user to have build with our two SDKs here. And now let me show. This is some. This is some general idea or principles of MPCTS. So basically, you have a web data server here, and you have a client here, and there will be some Pado attester running at the backend, and the user here will operate on the client. on either, basically it's a web app. So there'll be some extensions shall be installed before you work with SDK. So the user will trying to get his data from Web2 data source, and in the whole procedure, the attester will join into that communication session, which is about the TOS session, and the attester will run some multi-party computation protocol with the client here. So I mean the attester is a role that he can monitoring or observing the communications between the user client and the Web2 server. Make sure all the encrypted data coming from that channel is indeed from that source. So he can make some stamps just by doing some signature signing on the encrypted data, and the user can further share this data with a third party, either a DApp, smart contract, or some off-chain applications as well. So this is more about the MPC TOS tech, and I will show you some quick demo here. So let me switch to my desk, and actually I have already created one, but now I can make a new one here. Okay. So let's make a new DApp here. So basically you can, I already create a quick demo guidance here. So right now you'll just use some framework. So I use Fight here. Sorry, let me create a new one. Create a Vite. Let's call it DApp4. Okay. And you simply select if you like with React as your front end, and just JavaScript as the script language. And now you can install your related relations here. And now you can install the MPC TOS SDK. You use your local installation. It's Pado Labs, the name. Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's some files already generated here, and now we can edit the page here. Let's use some edit. Create a new one here. Okay, has a name. Okay, DApp4, which we just created. So there's some source code here. Yes.
The screen right now, it's a little bit small. So like I think it will be better if you can like get the screen a little bit larger so that the audience can see what you're typing basically.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, I think right now I can see better.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, in the source code here, I mean, all the code here are just generated by the framework. What I do is I want to simply create an attestation with the SDK, so I don't need this kind of code here. I want to add a button because I already did something, so I just copy the code here. Right. So you put your button here, and then you define the click function called attester, and then you make an synchronized attester function. And also I just lazy. I just copied the code here. Okay. Right. So something I need to emphasize is actually the way to invoke the MPC SDK is quite simple. So the first thing you do is you just new SDK instance here, and because this is a global function, so you only need to do it once. But for simplicity, I just put it here, and you can use some callback functions to make sure it can be run one time in your DF session. So once the SDK instance has been created, and then you just doing some configuration here. So you call the init attestation function, and then you just send your parameter. This is some app symbol parameter, just like your domain name or some IP address, which can represent your app. And we want to make sure people can make the right way to use our SDK. So people, if you want to create with some domain name or IP or some other symbol, you just can register with us. I mean, there will be some whitelist for this kind of registration. And if you want to build your application locally, just like me, you can just deploy this app in your local host. So then you don't need to register with that. So for simplicity, I just put localhost here. So and then you can create with the attestation, and there's some parameters defined with the attestation function here. So what like the chain ID, which means what type, which chain you want to create attestation with. So because the 19.7 means the BNB chain testnet, I put here. It's an int value, and the wallet address, which is the subject of the attestation. I mean, if as a DApp builder, you want to make sure user can use with their correct wallet address. So just if you simply use some connect the wallet button, you can send that wallet address here for the user's identity. And there's attestation type ID here, which means what type of attestation you want to create. Like none here means I want to create a Binance asset proof. So it's a proof claiming that, okay, I really have some tokens in Binance account. And because this attestation is a privacy preserving attestation, so you can put your numeric parameters in this attestation parameters. If you put 50, which means I want to make some proof claiming my total asset balance is more than 50 USDT. Sorry, it's a USDT value. If you put like 100, so it means you want to make sure you have more than 100 USDT in your Binance account. And the API within the MPC SDK will automatically convert all your tokens within your spot account into the USDT value. So you just make sure you have enough money, and you can create that attestation. So I think this is pretty much about the attestation logic here, and you can got something. If you want, if there's some error, you can catch here. So let's see what will happen. I just do it here. Okay. Just some. Okay. One thing I want to emphasize. So before you do the attestation, you make sure you have already installed the Pado extension. So otherwise, you will not be able to create the attestation. And there, let's switch back. And there, let's run the app. Okay. And I copy the URL here. Open new window. Okay, there's some button, and if you click the button, then there will be doing some attestation. Okay, I think I forgot one thing is I forgot to put the right address here. Otherwise, there'll be some error. So let's make some address. Let me use my wallet here. Right, enter. update the app. Okay. And because I don't have any other way to show, so sorry. Oh, sorry, I forgot to import. Sorry. Let me import the MPC SDK. Okay. Now let's do it again. Okay, that will be open a new window because in the attestation type, you indicate you want to create a Binance asset proof. So the SDK will direct you to a new page which open a window of the Binance exchange, and then make sure as a user you already session into this page, and you can start to execute the attestation right now. So it takes several seconds to complete attestation. And in fact, in my demo, I simply create the attestation, but you can do further thing with that. Like once you get the attestation result, you can verify it locally, or you can send it to the blockchain, like a BNB chain or BNB chain testnet, and then you can verify the attestation on chain there. And but here for the demo, I just using some a simple code here to give some demonstration of the SDK effect. Okay, it's still waiting here. Okay, I think you have done. Okay, you have verified. So yeah, just checking the console here, you got some data. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's some returned data here. It's about a signature signed with the EIP 712, showing some data message here, like okay, this is the recipient. Okay, C861, which is a subject of my wallet address, and some data like if I have satisfied with the asset proof. So basically, this is about the attestation result here. Right. Let me switch back to the slides. So okay, I think I have give some quick demo show how we can create the attestation with Pado's MPC SDK. And for the second check, I want to introduce the FHE-based data sharing. So a very quick introduction about FHE. It's about handling your data in the ciphertext form. So basically, if the user first encrypt his data with some key, and the data will be encoded in the ciphertext, and it will be sent to FHE processor, like a Pado worker or some other cloud machine. So it will run some functions on that encrypted data, and it will get some result. Make sure and just remember the result will again be in the encrypted form, which cannot be seen by anyone, but only the one who has the key. He can decrypt with that encrypted result and to get the raw data. So this is the very traditional way how FHE process. And in our data sharing solution, we create something like this. there will be two rows. One is the data provider here, and the one is called the data consumer or data buyer. So the provider will have some private data or sensitive data F here, and he will have some key here. So basically what he do is he split the content key K into different pieces, K1, K2, and K3. And each pieces of the K will be encrypted by the worker's public key. I mean, there will be a lot of Pado workers, but in the network contract, we will randomly select 3 of them and make sure that the security here is if there's only one node worker which is compromised, then there will be no security risks. So make sure that the whole solution is robust enough. And the user will encrypt his data F with such kind of workers key, the PK1, PK2, and the PK3. So there will be some subciphers like C1, C2, and C3 stored on the Arwave blockchain. And later, if the data consumer want to access the data, so he simply contribute with his public key. And here the public key is a one-time key, so there's no way to I mean, the data user can frequently renew with different keys to get with different private data. And the thing here is we're running some FHE function at the Pado worker here. We're trying to do some re-encryption and doing some ciphertext aggregation. And there's a new aggregated ciphertext, which is C prime here, is something only can be decrypted by the public key, PK. So yeah, I just want to show you some insight of the whole process. And again, we already have some built-in demo for the data sharing, but I don't have too much time to give the details. I just will show you how you can use that. So I already, I think I already enabled the website here. Okay, this is a built-in demo for the data sharing. And if you simply select with the testnet here, and you connect with your wallet address. Let me switch with different wallet address. So, okay, but anyway, this is fine. I already create different data, but let me create a new one here. Okay, I select some photo here. Okay, so there will be some interfaces, like you can choose to upload your data, or you can additionally choose with your check address. So check address here means the whole data sharing solution is not only used for the some DApps, like if I want to pay you with the data fee, I can access the data. But the check address means you can add some additional check logic, like, okay, only the 3 address, which I already granted, can access the data. So like if I have some DApp, I want to make sure the people who have a certain type of NFT can access my sensitive data, so we can enable such kind of special logic. And in that case, you don't need to pay for that data, but you just want to be listed in the check address. So, but for this demo, I just using the pay for logic here, and you select the file and you submit the data. Right. So this is some test net. So you pay for the contract with some network fee here. Okay, confirm the key. I think my home network is not quite good, so Let me just refresh this one. You choose the AR seeding. This is a storage solution. Make sure you can upload a large file here, and you connect with your wallet. And you choose with some test file. Again, you confirm with your public key here. Okay, I think there's some error with the connection with the storage. So let me just switch back to the data consumer. Okay. Luckily, I have already sent some private data to the blockchain. So I'm using some existing data here. This is the data ID. So I copy the data ID here. Now I act as a data buyer or data consumer and submit task here. Okay, it looks good. Yeah, confirm with payment. So this is some data ID, and this is the buyer's public key, which is a one-time public key contributed to the contract, and it can be so. Okay, just ignore these logs. There's some rounding. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, I see. So now you can see there's some data which already been downloaded, I think. Okay, this one, the raw data file. It's a image here, which I just sent it earlier. So this is a data user perspective. You can simply import with your with the data ID and a few parameters. If you want to integrate with the SDK, you need to put the data users like address, some other parameters. So I see. I think this is pretty much about the demo for the data sharing in the actually we already published our links to these technology materials, so you can view the documents and if you have any questions, like general questions, just simply contact with us in our Discord. We have created a special channel to discuss different types of questions here. And if you want to do some SDK registration, you simply can open a ticket in this Discord channel. We already have a SDK integration channel for opening the tickets, and we can send you with the results in that ticket. And if you have any other questions like technical or research or application or use case or general questions, you can contact me through my Telegram or my Twitter. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is pretty much about my introduction about our technology and SDKs. So yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah, appreciate, Xavier, your presentation. Considering like the time, we will just jump to the next presenter today, which is Atos.
Right. Thank you.
Hi guys. Yeah, Thanks, Xavier, for the wonderful presentation. So let me just give a short introduction of what ZKPass is. So what we're trying to solve is a lot similar to what Pado is currently is looking to. And so what we're doing is we're solving the private data issue that is happening within the like the blockchain community, where as an industry in general, there is a heavy sort of data silo that is currently existing within between the Web 2 and Web 3 data sphere. So what we're trying to solve is we're trying to bridge all of that private data that is currently happening that is currently created in the Web 2 sphere, and we're sort of bridging those sort of data from that data sphere over to Web 3. So all these while still being privacy preserving and obviously user initiated. So yeah, and so obviously off-chain private data verification is still appears to be a blue ocean, and we're only the few that are currently capable of doing custom private data verifications that are currently existing on the market. So what we're able to do is we can verify any data from any accounts for any website at any data size. So this is essentially simply just the data structure that the architecture that we currently provide, where the verifier would join together with the prover to then communicate with the server and fetch data from the prover and create a ZK proof that would allow them to verify the amount of like any sort of private data. So upon the like typical life cycle of generating attestations, we would serve as the creator of the oracle of bridging private data. So these includes like the generation of ZK proofs, computation, the storage, and a lot of use cases that are available. So our tech stack basically stems off from the state-of-the-art MPC and ZK proof generation argument systems, and it's based on 3 simple steps. So the verifier and the prover joins together to first establish a connection with the server, and then extracting the selective field from the data source using MPC. And so after that, we then compute the ZK proof by using a vol-based IZK argument system. And what this means is we're not limited to the amount of data size that is currently available because of the innovations of vol-based IZK. We're able to break the instance that we wanted to prove into smaller instances that could be parallelly like computed by a lot of different nodes. And so we, after generating the ZK proof that proves the field does in fact exist within the data source, and that the valid it's a valid statement, the prover then sends the ZK proof to the blockchain as an SBT, or it could be stored in an off-chain sort of like off-chain storage network, or they could be fed into an AI model for like model pre-training, and so there's a lot of different ways that this could be used. And so yeah, so let me just get into the docs that we currently have, and I would just like to walk you through step by step of how we're able to do what we're able to do. So the typical use cases that we have currently stems off from like typical KYC with privacy preserving aspects. We can also like do incorporate ourselves into different financial institutions where like centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges where we can prove the proof of funds, we can prove the credit scoring from TransUnion or whatever. We can also like prove the insurance claims that is currently existing in like traditional insurance companies, and we can bridge that over. And so there is a lot of things that you could practically do. And so let me then give you a short introduction of how it works. So basically, the first step would be creating a account in the dev center, and so I've already created this just to be more effective and efficient, I guess. And so you would log in, and then you would create a new project. And so one thing to note here is that the domain name that is currently, like, if you're generating the proof, if you're hosting and deploying it on a website, then this domain name has to be pointed to that website. And so if you're currently like working with like locally hosting it, then localhost any port would do. But this domain name has to be very accurate, or else it would I guess point the extension to the wrong port, where it would generate the wrong, like it wouldn't be able to generate what you want it to generate. So so basically that's essentially the demonstration. And we would then try to integrate the JS SDK. So basically the JS SDK would be initiated in this code snippet right here, where it would specify the app ID that is you're using, and then using that app ID, you would initiate a connection with the Transgate protocol. And so right now here it's just checking if the Transgate extension is installed. If it's not, then it would prompt the user to install it, and then it would be validating the schema through the schema ID. And so this dev center is essentially generating that schema ID, where it could be then used to verify whatever data source that they want to verify. And so just a very handy example of what we've done previously, what Xavier has done previously, where he sort of proved the Binance balance of their account. We have this already handily created, and so you can just say like 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever, and then submitting it. Whatever, I don't know. And if you're submitting it, you would generate that schema, which is then fed into this constant right here, where it could be initiating the launch, where it would call this Transgate Connect. And and so let's get into a quick demonstration of how this could be done, right? And so we currently have a very handy tutorial on our GitHub where you can then fork and what after forking it, like, this is essentially what you have. And so this is just a very simple demonstration where you would have the app ID and the schema ID that is currently available, and you can like just initiate it with a simple click. So in this example, let's go back to the basics and get back into like proving the Binance balance, right? And so because previously like we already did it but I want to walk you through step by step of how this is created instead of just having a boilerplate schema. So what we have is we have something called a custom schema, where you're able to take any data source that you want, and it doesn't have to be registered. You can like everything is just permissionless, so you can just there's no registration required. And so right now, if you go into here, I logged into my Binance account, and so I have this Binance account right here, and if I wanted to see what is available, we can go into our DevTools, and we can try to catch the JSON response that we want to take, right? And so so what we want to take here is basically two things, right? And just because you're trying to verify the Binance balance, right? And so basically what you're trying to take is your bank balance, so the actual number, and also the nullifier, which is typically considered as like a user ID, and so that like you don't have to. There's no redundant generations, and one account could only generate a attestation once, and so it removes all the duplicates. And so basically, these two variables, we would try to search it on here. And so okay, so let me see, like user. Okay, so I think this is my profile where okay, so this one is the user ID, right? And so what we want to have is we want this parameter to be the nullifier. So how do we actually write this, right? And so let's get into our VS Code. Okay, so the issuer, obviously, it's Binance. The description would be like a centralized exchange. And then the website would be HTTPS. I'll just copy this. One sec. And so what we want to take here is we want to check if the Binance is like, we want to fetch this from the Binance website. So what we want to have is we would have this right here. Let me see if I can like just share my screen entirely, because this is annoying. Okay, so if we want to take this let me see. Right, and so we want to take this user ID right here. What we want to have is we would want to point the extension to capture this request header, right? And so it's Binance.com, and then the method is post, and then the URL is essentially BAPI, blah, 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 blah. And so what we want to take is we want to point that to the exact place. And so so let me do that with localhost, where just copy this Binance and then URL as this one. Oh, and also one thing to note here is you want to delete this slash right here, because it like we inherently, when we compose it internally, we already have a hash a slash here. So yeah, remove that, and then the method is post, and then the nullifier is in the data object and in user ID. So we would use this, I don't know what this symbol is called, but we use this symbol to act as a navigation tool. And so and what else do we want to take, right? And so we want to take, let's see, the history of assets. So this will work because this, I think this is just taking the numbers here, but let's not use this because I would say it's a little bit clinky, because like you would have to take the very end amount to actually see if it's possible, right? And so like, wait one sec. Let me reload this again. So if we want to say balance, okay, so this is the only balance that we currently have, and right, and so yeah, this one is what we need. And so if we want to copy this, then basically we're doing the same. We're pointing the protocol to intercept this exact response. And so we go here and we just copy this again, and then URL as this one right here. And obviously, because with URLs, like with JSON queries, like jQueries, we want to put it in a separate state, right? And so let's say query, and then let's say so we want to take this, let's just copy and paste this in here, and then we want to get the get method. And so if you go into here, you can see that the balance is obvious. The balance is, yeah, so it actually matches. Yeah, I think because it changed when we actually load the website, but this should match. And what we want to copy is, we would want to copy, we want to point the protocol here. And so if we go to key data, and then because it's in a array and it's in the first it's in the first array, like object in the array, and we want to take this balance here, and we want it to be let's try over 100, right? And so that's 100, and because this is a float, we would want to match the same amount of decimals. So that's 8 decimals, and the operation is key larger than value, and then in quotes, what we would want to take is, one sec, the query with an array. Wait, am I sharing screen? Okay. Yeah, we want to take this query with an array, and then we would want to say quoted assets is true, and so should be quoted asset, and then need balance detail true, and then you also need to verify that it's true, because there's some instances where you can also like verify false, and so yeah, but by default, I think what we want to change is by default it should be true, but I think it's going to be in the next iteration. So let's see. So the verification is true, and the HR condition, and so this condition is basically just the message that you want the users to see when the verification pop-up actually does pop up. And so let's, like, just to remember it clearly, let's say description when pop-up, and then tips as a message, whatever, just do whatever. Yeah. And so let's just go back to our dev center. And we want to share our screen here. Okay, let's just copy and paste here and see if it actually works. It's taking a bit slow. And I think it's okay, it's going to the wrong website. Let me see why that is. Okay, because we're pointing it to, okay, we're pointing it not to, so in here, so in here, we're not actually pointing it to Binance.com. We want it to be pointed to its, I think, dashboard does make sense, yeah. So we want to put it in the dashboard. And I think that would take us to the dashboard. Let me see. This has to be dashboard as well. Right. And let's, okay, it's not checking. Host value is wrong. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see what's wrong. So we're taking, okay, so we're taking the host. So it should be, yeah, we got it. And so checking this actually does mean that the protocol successfully captured the JSON response when the website loads, and they're able to extract that. And so basically what we want is, and so this is the final schema that we're using. And so let's just copy this schema into our demo. And let's just copy this as well. Okay. So basically this one is basically just production level, where just imagine like this would be like a verify button in a third-party website. So so what they want to capture is, let's see. I think the value is correct, but the, okay. Let's just take that. Let's go back and let's just copy this again. I think that there was something wrong with the schema. Financial. So let's still checks both boxes. And let's submit. And let's go use this new one that is available. We will check this over. Okay. I think I'm just having bad internet connection, that's why. Is 10 gig. Okay. Let's try that again. Let me see. So let me check with this. So it's verifying this wallet balance. And so we want to take this into for some reason it's not capturing, but yeah, let's just leave it there. But yeah, like please do follow the schema to see if it actually so basically like the typical schema method is you would have a API call, and then it captures it intercepts the packet that it wants, and it would also like intercept different packets who would have a different URL and different query. And what we wanted to do is we would just want to verify the nullifier and the assertion. And so yeah, but feel free to ask us any questions. We would have a developer channel on our Telegram, and yeah, and so yeah, I think that's it for today. I'll check what's up, and I will actually update you guys on what was actually wrong after I debug this, and hopefully, yeah, good luck with the hackathon, I guess. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Atos, for the workshop. And we can welcome the last presenter today, which is from Binance Attestation Services team. Hi, Faiko.
Hello. Hi, Chris.
Feel free to start when you're ready.
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We have some problem on the networks.
We can hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little bit, how about now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you pretty well.
Okay. So yeah, I can go ahead and start. So hi everyone. This is Phoebe. I am from BAS. First of all, it's very honored to be here to share BAS in today's workshop with fantastic projects and developers. And thanks for BNB for inviting us. And thanks DoraHacks for inviting us as well. So today my presentation will be in 3 parts. First up, I'll give you the lowdown on BAS, our goals, significance, and vision. And then in the second part, I'll walk developers through the basic concepts of BAS and how you can use it in your projects. This may include different tips on integrating BAS seamlessly. And finally, in the last part, I will highlight some cool potential uses for BAS, including possible applications across different tracks in this hackathon. And hopefully, you know, it sparks some fancy ideas for all participants and audiences. So before I really share, is it possible for me to share my screen or not?
Yeah, definitely. You can share your screen.
I don't see how I can share.
At the bottom,
Actually,
there's a button called Present. If you click that.
because I'm using the app, so not seeing any. Wait. I don't think I have the options to share my screens. Is it possible for me to upload it, or to upload the PPT for me? Or...
Yeah. Maybe you can share the PPT in the in a TG group so that we can help you to upload the PPT if that's fine.
Sure, I'm doing so right now. Sorry for the problem, because I don't have the options to share. I was trying to find it there, but no. Here, I've just shared in this group in the group chat.
Okay. Give me a sec. So I'm sharing the screen right now. Can you see it?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much. It might need a little bit help from you, Chris. Is that okay? So
yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. So so before we move ahead to the introduction for BAS, I want to you know, talk a little bit about our Buildathon. So we're very excited to unveil the Make BNB Greater Community Buildathon, which is the first ever community-driven hackathon on BNB chain. This purpose of this event is to bring together the leading projects in the ecosystem and to create a unique community hackathon where it's not just about B2B participation, which is like users or BNB holders will have the power to vote for the projects they want to support, while VCs serve as, you know, observers, which means it's a very good opportunity to shape the future of Web3 and evaluate, not evaluate, I think it's a good chance to elevate BNB to new heights. The event will be consisted of 2 parts. The very first one is our 9 tracks with prices. The prize pool is over 50,000 USDs, all sponsored by BNB chain top leading projects. The earlier you participate, the higher your chances of being voted by the community to win rewards. So that's a very key point for everyone to, you know, notice. Also, there's also a special fast track support from BNB's official MVB. Top projects can also be recommended for BNB for a Binance BIA push slot. These are very key points for everyone to know before very key information about this Buildathon. And the second part is the quadratic voting bonus pool. This bonus pool is 5,000 USCD and is allocated for quadratic voting. I think the quadratic voting is a little bit new to some part of you. So developers can receive support from the community, which can vote for projects they want to support, and verified eligible community members will receive airdropped memes for free and to participate in the voting. So I think that's just two very important consisting parts for this votathon. And yeah, basically that's everything, but I do recommend everyone to stay tuned to the updates on Twitter and on the other social media portals, and to stay updated to the latest news about Buildathon. So without further ado, I think let's go ahead and share a little bit information about BAS. So BAS, what has BAS achieved so far? Can you possibly share, tap to the second screen? So, thank you very much. So by now, over 800,000 unique addresses have submitted more than 1.5 million attestations on BAS, and we have more than 50 data sources so far. These data sources including KYC information, sex trading data, LinkedIn, Uber, GitHub, social media accounts, on-chain reputation scores, and etc. And so far, we have over 40 partners that have chosen to integrate with BAS to provide users with better and more convenient services. Our integration partners included the BNB domains with Space ID protocol. Yeah, thank you. Developer reputation verification with Aspecta, and trusted data marketplace with Riddle. Talent market reputation verification with Direct Market, and Web3 social identity verification with Hello.social. These 5 are our key partners so far, and we still want to mention a little bit about the attestation issuer. We have our off-chain verification with ZKPass, Pado Labs, and Reclaim Protocol, and also on-chain reputation verification with Trusted Labs and Nomis. So these are the very basic information about what BAS has achieved so far. So going to the next slide, in this month, BAS collab with BNB official airdrop event, and we serve as the only unofficial project providing data verification and ensure your Binance support 30-day trade volume is over 10 USCD. Users who qualify and maximize will have more chances of winning the rewards. And by going to the next slide, you can learn more about BAS and its core contributors on the official BNB chain documentation website. This website showcase, you can find BAS on the official website's developer page, and you can find more data about how BNB is introducing us on their official website. So possibly can you go to the next page and another page, please? Thank you very much. And so by going to a little bit formal introduction of what BAS is. So BAS, abbreviated as BNB Attestation Service, is we are the first and the only pioneering infrastructure in the BNB ecosystem, designed to create attestations that verify information And with BAS, users can generate attestations, either public or private, for airdrops, reputation systems, trusted data transactions, and real-world applications, and so on. Blockchain's greatest strength lies in the standardizing. It's still in the it's still in this this page. Our aim is to bridge Web 2 and Web 3 by unifying data standards for Web 3 applications, and all powered by the BNB chain. So please turn to the next page. In our design, BAS will include the following 3 logic layers. The basic layer is a hybrid issuer, which can be any third-party resources such as Twitter, YouTube, Binance, or even any future projects launched by developers themselves. And this means third-party issuers endorse their own attestations. And above this is the attestation logic layer, where we have designed 2 types of attestations. One is for public data, such as various public credentials or proofs of rights. And the second type is for private data, which can be used in a data-fi model. Users can sell their private data to obtain data rights, and we have also designed series of supporting data-fi systems for this purpose. Above the attestation logic layer is the specific application layer, and which is the focus of the 3rd module we will discuss today. And we look forward to seeing various creative implementations on top of our infrastructure. And if we're going to the next slide, the next session will be titled on how BAS support BNB and Web3. So actually, in our vision, the most direct thing is to help the ecosystem to do user segmentation, and this is also what we are doing currently to help the BNB eco airdrop activities right now. Through verification activities, data is deposited in the ecosystem and empowering the next activity and ecological application. And currently, we have integrated Binance KYC data, balance data, social media data, Steam data, GitHub data, and more, and it's continuing, increasing. Another important topic is the, I think it's the data standard, right? Yeah, it's the data standard. Based on BAS, we can build reputation systems, social fi, expanded DeFi, optimized governance, and enhanced data interoperability between different applications as well. And to elaborate further, and this is where we can go to the next slide. So users can generate attestations of their data from different applications to build their own reputation proof, and what you have done defines what you are. So that's the logic there. Collecting all the position and behavior fragments in different worlds to assemble a real you. And we also introduce a new decentralized data trading model in next slide. Yeah. Thank you very much. The previous traded data consists of users' personal behavior data, including social reputation, behavior information, and so on, I think. This new data trading model has proven its prospects in the traditional markets, and its scale and potential are much larger compared to the traditional data trading market. This is because the ownership of traditional data is unclear, and the existence of data silos prevents the maximization of data value. And to serve better, in the next slide, another important application of BAS is its support for the real world, such as decentralized identity, content verification, product anti-counterfeiting, and traceability. I think we also have certification and skill verification, relationship, trust networks, and data invoices. So everything listed right here could be, a real cases, or say, like we're trying to support for these real world cases. And that's basically everything we want to share right now. So actually we have a very interesting YouTube video that we want to share here, but sadly I don't have I can't share anything I can't share anything here, so I can't share my screen with you guys, but I definitely leave the YouTube link for everyone to check. We have made a guidance video and let you know that will introduce the first important module of BAS, which is the schema. And we will also show you some, very cool maneuvers on our website. I will leave the website here so you can check that. But anyways, do you mind to, go to the next slide? I will share some more, focus on providing participants with, ideas for different tracks. So of course, we hope that everyone will come up with, even more outstanding designs and ideas to jointly build the attestation ecosystem on BNB chain. So first, in a gaming track, as stated right here, by adjusting its infrastructure to meet the specific demands of gaming logic and economics, BNB chain is not just keeping up with the current trend of blockchain gaming, but also shaping the future landscape, highlighting its commitment to leading the way in this dynamic sector. BAS will play a crucial role in this process, and through BAS, players' identity verification can be achieved by developing a tool that allows individuals to make cryptographic attestations, proving that they are, unique human beings, and using biometric information while ensuring their privacy is also another, very key factor or key part during this process. Apart, I'm still in, it's still in the same site. So the next would be the achievement system or leaderboards within games, and can also be implemented through BAS, which will benefit in game developers who can use the system to reward their experienced players. The one last important system in this in-game item trading system, which serves as the infrastructure for GameFi, and this data can achieve security and tradability through BAS in the whole process. And of course, with sufficient and well-developed ideas and designs, I believe these systems can be implemented in a unified manner and complement each other once this system is, established. And it will play a very important role in the future of GameFi ecosystem, and I look forward to see any new innovations upon this envision. And the next track is the social track, and has always been one of the hot topics in Web3. And BNB and BAS are dedicated to revolutionizing social networks through the use of blockchain technology. A decentralized social network should be a crypto-native platform that supports various social features such as social graphs, messaging, live streaming, and content sharing. These are the more the very important functions or features. And you can use BAS as a base layer for social graphs to enable the creation of truly decentralized and interoperable social networks, because attestation provides a way for users to securely and selectively share their data with others while retaining control over their personal information. And that's a key part for this process. You can even design a unique schema to define the relationships between users or implement social layering. And another simple but important application is KYC, because building a base layer for attestations will allow different organizations or services to provide attestations about different aspects of a person's life. such as education, work history, I think, and other credentials. We have already provided some KYC examples on our website, so feel free to check that if you're interested, because we've already have different examples, such as the KYC system for Binance. So it will be listed as an example on our website. These specific applications can be aggregated to do more interesting things, such as the reputation system. And I believe there is no very good solution for an on-chain reputation system yet. So however, with BAS, attestations about trust scores and relative experiences can be recorded on BNB chain or off-chain in Greenfield, providing a secure and tamper-proof record of reputation. All these attestations issued to an address can form the reputation score of that address, and the potential applications in these directions are vast, we believe. So once a BS-based reputation system is implemented, it will definitely bring significant improvements to the current on-chain financial system. And that's everything about the social track. And the very third one would be the payment tracks. We know that BNB chain provides a comprehensive solution to build a dedicated payment layer 2 and L2, so often known as. So further optimizing users' experiences through this, BAS can offer numerous assistance to the payment ecosystem on BNB chain, and one direct example is the transaction receipts. BAS can provide immutable transaction receipts that offer additional context, allowing both parties to verify them independently by transferring offline payments records to the blockchain through these methods. I think users can redeem rights and interests on the chain. Similarly, using BAS, we can implement an on-chain invoice system to verify an invoice and confirm timely payments, and thereby establishing the the trustworthiness of specific addresses and the credibility of specific addresses or person. In this case, an invoice or a receipt is an attestation, which is verified by merchants issuing it. When making payments, many people often encounter the need to verify the identity of the other party. Therefore, a merchant verification system can be built based on BAS as well to enhance buyer confidence by verifying a merchant's accreditation, transaction history, or customer satisfaction ratings. So these three are very key factors, we believe, for merchants. And this is applicable to identity verification for C2C merchants. And as well, merchants sometimes need to verify certain information about users, such as in a refund system. You can use BAS to create a system where refunds and returns are attested, ensuring all parties acknowledge and agree on the order status. And as a cornerstone in this whole process, I think that's everything for the payment track. Thank you, everyone. So BAS as the cornerstone infrastructure in the BNB ecosystem is designed to generate attestations that securely verify information. And we hope these, context-based introduction can spark some innovative ideas among all participants and audiences. We definitely look forward to seeing new ideas emerge and inspire potential applications across the various tracks in this hackathon. So make sure to follow us, follow BAS, follow BNB, follow DoraHacks, and other ZKPass, Pado Labs, to join the community for the newest updates. And thank you very much for your time. Oh, make sure to make sure to check out the YouTube videos that we're about to share. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris.
Cool. Thank you very much, Phoebe. And I think that is all for today's. I would like to appreciate all three partners to join and give such a great presentation. And just like Phoebe mentioned, for this hackathon, it's not only between the developers and the hackathon organizers, but also if you are users who want to contribute into the hackathons, want to support, show some love and support to some of the best teams and some of the projects that you like the most, you can also have a way to participate, which is through the quadratic voting mechanism. BAS and BNB will airdrop meme credits to the eligible users so that you can vote for some of the best teams that you like, which is I think a great way to achieve a balance between the professional judge opinion and also the committee flavor. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, and please don't also follow the BNB Chain, BAS, and DoraHacks account for more details. Go to check the website, hackathon website, and read the instructions there. No matter if you are builders who want to participate into the hackathon or you are community members who want to show some love and support, please don't hesitate to check. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Cool. That's it for today. Thanks everyone. Thanks all of the presenters. Thanks all of the audience to stay with us. And looking forward to see the best builders who are gonna emerge through the hackathon. Cheers. Thanks everyone.